The Golden State Warriors just got more great news with the departure of Klay Thompson. A massive shooting void was on this roster, and they seem to have found their Klay Thompson replacement. We're going to dive into all of that and what it means for this Golden State roster in just a moment. But before we do, guys, I know we're in the dog days of August, almost at September, almost at NBA training camp, about a month and a half away, and then the start of the 2024-25 season. If you want Golden State Warriors basketball back right now just as badly as I do, go on ahead and hit that thumbs up icon, and we'll get started with today's show. Like I said, welcome into Warriors Today by Chat Sports. Golden State has gotten more great news, and that great news has come in the form of a Klay Thompson replacement. Klay decided to take his talents to the Dallas Mavericks this summer, and he left a void of 9 3-pointers a game for this Warriors roster. That's a massive, hole for a team that prides itself on perimeter shooting. But I think Golden State has found their Klay Thompson replacement in the form of a homegrown talent, and that talent being Brandin Podziemski. He sat down with Anthony Slater of The Athletic this past week and kind of dove into what his goals for this season are. What are the goals that Golden State has set for him this upcoming season? Here's what he had to say to Anthony Slater of The Athletic. He said, "A big focus for them was me shooting more threes. I don't know what I shot, but I shot a pretty good percentage. It was 38.5%. I just didn't get enough attempts. They just want me to take anywhere from 8 to 10 threes per game. That's what they told me. All different types. Off the dribble, handoffs, off ball screens, catch and shoot. You guys get the idea." Brandin Podziemski is in line for a massive role increase in 24-25, and that was to be expected, right? We knew that all summer long that they decided not to hold him in any trade talks, decided not to dangle him for a Lauri Markkanen or a Paul George, and the Warriors front office has echoed that kind of action with the words we got from Joe Lacob during the Summer League about how they believe they have a future all-star in Brandin Podziemski. They've held him out of trade talks, and now they have him set up in line for a massive role increase this season. I mean, he only shot 3.2 3-point attempts per game last season in his rookie year. For him to go from 3.2 a night to 8 to even 10 a night is a massive increase. Only 10 players last year in the NBA shot 8 3-pointers a game, and these three were the only three that shot above 9 3-pointers a game last year. Steph Curry, obviously, he's getting up a ton of triples, almost at 12 a night. Luka Doncic at 10.5 a night as well. He's chucking from anywhere, and he has the right to do so. And then look right here, Klay Thompson. I mean, Golden State, between their backcourt last season, shot 21 threes per game. And now to take that down by 9 threes a night, that's astronomical. And Brandin Podziemski has massive shoes to fill. Now, does he think he can get there? He does. He says here, "I think I can get to that amount." The reason they said it is because I'd be watching film last season after every game, and it's always on there. Missed 3-point opportunity that I didn't take. There were a good 2 to 4 each game that I passed up. If you look at that, it's a good 5 to 7 per game I could have gotten up. And I love that confidence for Brandin Podziemski. I love the fact that he understands that he wasn't as aggressive as he's going to be this season in his rookie year. And I guess that's to be expected, right? Your first year in the NBA, there's going to be growing pains. You're going to not want to step on anybody's toes too much, especially when you're walking into a Golden State roster with championship pedigree. Steph, Klay, Draymond, even Wiggins on the team back from that 2022 championship run. And Brandin Podziemski didn't have as big of a role as he's going to this season. But to be fair, with the 73 games played with about 26 minutes a night, he was trusted more than any rookie or any young talent that Golden State has had over the past couple of seasons from Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is not quick to be putting a bunch of faith, be leaning on a guy as young and as unpolished as Brandin Podziemski, but he showed polish in his rookie season. Not almost 10 points a night. Like I said, good clip from 3-point percentage, but the volume wasn't there. Crashed the heck out of the glass for a guy who's playing only 26 minutes a night and not being a guy who's asked to be a primary rebounder on this team. Having 6 a game is unbelievable. I have huge hopes for Brandin Podziemski this upcoming season, and the rebounding department's actually one of them. But in this video today, we're talking about the volume of 3-point attempts that Brandin Podziemski is going to get up on the offensive end. As far as the defensive end, he's got a big challenge upcoming as well. For years, Klay Thompson was the primary guard defender on some of the best guards in the NBA. Always the opposing team's best guard. Now, it looks like Brandin Podziemski is going to have that responsibility as well. I mean, a massive uptick in all responsibilities on all factions of the floor for Brandin Podziemski this year. I think he's up to the challenge. He said, with Steph out there, you're not going to have him guard the best guard, naturally. So it's on me taking that challenge of what Klay used to do. It's something I want, and have that not be the reason Steve doesn't play me, because I can't guard their best guard. Listen, if Brandin Podziemski is having trouble with strict on-ball defense and staying with one of the best or quickest guards in the NBA, like say a De'Aaron Fox per se over in Sacramento, that's there's going to be growing pains with that. I don't expect Brandin Podziemski to be this lockdown defender that everybody's asking. He might have the responsibility to be. But what we do know about Brandin Podziemski is that he's going to put in the effort. He led the NBA in charges taken last year with 38. He's ready to put his body on the line when need be. He's willing to do whatever it takes to make winning plays for this team. So even if he's not the best on-ball defender to start, and he's tasked with that opportunity, he's going to give it 100% effort, and he's going to put his body on the line when necessary. And effort goes beyond just the defensive end. Look at the effort that Brandin Podziemski's put in to increase his opportunity to just overall improve his game heading into year 2. I mean, this summer, he was all over the map, right? Playing for Team USA select team, maybe handpicked by Steve Kerr, because Trayce Jackson-Davis was on that team as well, but matching up against the best players in the world on Team USA, giving them some good runs in Vegas before the 2024 Olympics started. During that time, Cooper Flagg, the presumed number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft, called Brandin Podziemski his favorite teammate, always getting him involved, always finding open shooters on that Team USA select team, and just being a good point guard type of distributor that people want to play with, and that people are encouraged by, and that people feel led by. And then he just decided to, go play some Warriors Summer League, keep that juice flowing, keep the blood flowing competitively. And it only took him 2 games to be like, okay, I don't need to be here. I think he put in a cool, 37 points on its insane efficiency, tons of assists, even playing great defense out there. He didn't need to be in Warriors Summer League, but guess what? He made the effort. He got out there on the court and got more reps in. I am thrilled with Brandin Podziemski's progression and the work ethic that he's had up to this point. Here's more of what he had to say about the challenges that he'll be facing this upcoming season. He said, I feel really good about staying in front of my man. I feel more confident in my defensive ability. I've been in the position last year where sometimes you don't feel comfortable. You hope to keep the guy in front, where now it's kind of like I expect to. That's something going into training camp that I want to showcase. So, like I said, it seems like Brandin Podziemski is going to be Golden State's primary defender. Brandin Podziemski's up for that challenge, and he believes that the work that he's put in, especially on the defensive end, has guided him, has put him in a position to where he feels comfortable, to where he's ready to go guard. When he sees that opposing team run out of the tunnel, he's looking for the best guard on the other team and ready to take on that challenge defensively. As far as the Golden State Warriors guard depth goes, Brandin Podziemski taking on this new role on both the offensive and defensive end of the floor, it's likely going to vault him into the starting lineup here, right? With Steph out there, you're going to have Brandin Podziemski at the 2 guard, defending those best guards and having a huge uptick in 3-point attempts. But you also have a ton of other guards on this roster that are worthy of playing time. You're going to have to find time for DeAnthony Melton. You're going to have to find time for Buddy Hield. Another guy who's going to have to kind of quasi-fill that Klay Thompson mold, getting up a ton of 3-point attempts from the outside. And Moses Moody, who I think is too good of a player to have sitting on the sidelines for an extended period of time. I mean, he better have 17 or more minutes a game, in my opinion, this season. And then, for other defensive abilities, you still have Gary Payton II out there who accepted his $9 million player option. I mean, the Warriors have always loved when he's available. If he's available, I expect him to be at least some part of the rotation as well. But Brandin Podziemski is going to have the biggest role of any guard on this Golden State Warriors roster, not named Steph Curry. What do you guys think about Pods? Are you confident in him? Scale it for me down in the comments section, 1 through 10. Brandin Podziemski is going to get 8 to 10 3-pointers up a game this season. That's a huge increase in volume. Hopefully he can keep the efficiency where it was his rookie season. Let me know how confident you are in Brandin Podziemski. 1, you're not confident. 10, you are uber confident. Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from Dub Nation. Next, the Warriors have some other news, which could potentially be great as well. Do they have a training camp battle brewing between 2 international teammates? We'll dive into all that in just a moment. Before we do, speaking of international basketball, I got to get you guys dripped out with the best merch in the game. Go to chatsports.com/TeamUSA, and you can get this official Team USA gold medal championship t-shirt. You see our guy Steph there front and center next to LeBron. He carried Team USA to the gold medal over in Paris. That France gold medal game was unbelievable. Go get yourself some merch to remember it by right here. Chatsports.com/Team USA. I'm going to make it easy for you guys. I'll put that link in the comments and description of today's video. Go get yourself some Team USA merch right now. All right, so do the Warriors have a roster battle brewing? Look at those two guys right here. These Brazilian beauties. We got Bruno Caboclo, who we know is working out for the Warriors this week, and Gui Santos, who many of you in the comments section have grown fond of. Like I said, Golden State has been working out Bruno Caboclo this week, and according to his agent, Bruno believes that he's going to earn a contract with the Golden State Warriors. It's going to be interesting because I know Bruno Caboclo played very well in the international circuit this year, Brazil's leading rebounder and scorer, but the Warriors don't have a ton of room to be making additions to this roster without making subtractions from the group. So, as far as what Golden State looks like heading into the season, they have 13 guaranteed contracts for 24-25. The restrictions that have been placed on Golden State now, they are hard capped at that first tax apron. Why? Because the Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, Klay Thompson, 5-team mega sign-in trade has hard capped them. They took back more than 100% of what they sent out. So, with the current standing of their salary cap, they only have about $500K, I think, to spend on a free agent. But guess what? The minimum contract in the NBA is more than $500,000. So they can't even add a 15th player before the start of this season. So where does that leave Bruno Caboclo? How can he be a part of this Golden State Warriors roster? He's going to have somebody get cut from this Warriors team. And we talked about it a couple days ago. The two players that were non-guaranteed were Lindy Waters III and Gui Santos. And according to Spotrac, which I just looked up, Lindy Waters III's contract actually became guaranteed a little bit after they made the trade for him on draft day. Very interesting. So now there's only one guy left. Gui Santos is the only non-guaranteed player left on this Warriors roster. And to be fair, he's a guard, and I'm not so sure that he's ever going to find a true role with this Warriors roster. It's more likely that he's headed to Santa Cruz than to Golden State. But who knows? I mean, is Bruno Caboclo wowing them in workouts right now? We haven't heard anything just yet. But Golden State does have a hole in the front court. I mean, if you're looking at any position group on this Warriors team, they're lightest down at that power forward, down at that center position. And that's where Bruno Caboclo has made his money and really refined his game since last being in the NBA. I mean, as far as what I think Golden State's going to do here, I'd say there's likely not going to be a signing of Bruno Caboclo. But, hey, if they think that they're really thin at that big man spot, I could see them taking a flyer on a guy for at least training camp. I mean, maybe they could send him on to the G League as well if, things don't work out, putting him on the main roster. But what do you guys think? If you guys had to pick one member to be on this Warriors, team, I guess, G League affiliate, it doesn't matter, a part of the Warriors organization this season, because we don't know if either of these two guys are going to even have a fully guaranteed deal playing any minutes for Golden State at all this season. Who would it be, though? Pick one to cut right now. Who are you cutting? Will you say Bruno Caboclo was nice for a week, we'll see you later, good luck elsewhere? Or are you cutting Gui Santos to bring in the BC? Let me know down in the comments section. Type BC if you're cutting Bruno Caboclo. Type GS if you're cutting Gui Santos to bring Caboclo in. That'll do it for today's edition of Warriors Today by Chat Sports. Whenever any piece of Warriors news drops, we're bringing you a video right here on the channel. So make sure you are subscribed. YouTube.com/WarriorsTV. Hit that red sub button down there and turn your notifications on. We'll see you in the next one. Let's go Dubs.